You can almost hear the money burning every time you hit the accelerator. The fuel gauge drops faster than it should, but the engine sounds normal, the truck feels normal, and nothing on the dash is screaming for help. Yet something is quietly draining your wallet 1 kilometer at a time. And the strange part? Most diesel owners never realize what's happening until the damage has already been done. Because the real reasons a diesel suddenly becomes thirsty are not always loud or obvious. Some hide deep inside the engine. Others sit right in front of you, disguised as harmless habits. And one of them is so simple that fixing it takes less than 5 seconds. But we'll get to that soon. The first hidden drain starts where almost nobody looks: the air your engine breathes. A diesel is basically a giant air pump that relies on oxygen to make power. But when the air filter gets clogged, maybe from dusty roads, construction zones, or just old age, your engine has to work harder to pull air in. That extra effort means extra fuel. The engine tries to keep the power level the same, but the restricted airflow forces it to inject more diesel to maintain performance. And the really surprising part? Many drivers replace the filter only when it turns completely black, but performance can drop long before it looks dirty. But the clogged filter is only the beginning, because something even sneakier happens once the airflow issue starts changing another system inside the engine. The next hidden reason is fuel atomization. Yes, it sounds technical, but it's actually simple. For diesel to burn efficiently, the injectors must spray it like a fine mist. But as injectors age, tiny deposits form inside the nozzles. The mist becomes uneven. Instead of a clean spray, you get uneven droplets that burn poorly. This forces the ECU to overcompensate again by injecting more fuel. Many people think injector problems come with loud knocking or rough idling, but early stages are completely silent. You won't feel anything, but your mileage quietly slips away. Eventually, this poor atomization sets off a chain reaction that affects the turbo, which is the next hidden fuel thief we're about to uncover. The turbocharger is like the lungs of your diesel. When it works right, it forces huge amounts of fresh air into the engine, giving you power without burning excessive fuel. But when the turbo starts wearing out, or worse, when carbon starts building up on the vanes, your drops. And here's the problem: the engine still demands the same power. To make up for the lack of air pressure, it dumps in more fuel, hoping the extra diesel will somehow create the missing power. It doesn't. You end up burning more fuel with less performance. Some drivers notice lag, others blame the terrain, the weather, or the weight of the car. But few connect the dots back to the turbo. And the scary part? Turbo issues are often triggered by something far simpler than mechanical wear. Which brings us to the next quiet drain. Let's talk about tire pressure. It sounds boring, but it's one of the most overlooked causes of poor mileage. When your tires are underinflated, even slightly, your engine has to work harder to push the vehicle forward. The drag increases, fuel consumption rises. And because tires lose pressure naturally, especially during cold mornings or long drives, most people drive with incorrect pressure more often than they realize. Studies showed that even a small pressure drop can tank mileage by 5 to 10%. But tire pressure is just the surface level problem. There's another issue hiding right under the car that eats fuel even faster than soft tires. Alignment and wheel resistance. If your wheels are even a little bit out of alignment, or if a brake caliper is sticking, your vehicle drags itself along the road instead of rolling smoothly. Think of it like pushing a shopping cart with one crooked wheel. The cart moves, but every push takes more effort than it should. In a diesel engine, that extra effort turns into extra fuel burned. Drivers often blame heavy loads, bad roads, or the engine itself. They rarely suspect a slightly crooked wheel or a partially stuck brake pad. But this mechanical resistance becomes even more dangerous when combined with something happening inside the fuel system itself.
Your diesel might also be running rich because of faulty sensors. Modern engines rely on a network of sensors: MAF, MAP, O2, temperature, pressure to calculate exactly how much fuel is needed. But when one sensor starts giving inaccurate readings, even slightly, the engine makes wrong decisions. It adds more fuel when it doesn't need to. It delays injection timing. It alters boost levels. All of this leads to higher consumption without any obvious warning lights. What makes this worse is that many sensor issues don't trigger a code immediately. They slowly drift out of calibration over thousands of kilometers. And this sensor confusion leads straight into the next hidden reason, one that most drivers unknowingly cause themselves. Short trips. Yes, short trips are one of the biggest fuel killers for any diesel. A diesel engine is designed to run hot. It reaches peak efficiency only after the temperature stabilizes. But when you drive short distances, like school drop-offs, store runs, or quick errands, the engine never reaches proper operating temperature. The fuel doesn't burn cleanly. The ECU runs a richer mix. The oil stays thick. All of this means the engine burns far more diesel than it needs to. Some drivers think they're saving fuel by driving less, but ironically, short trips can double consumption. But what short trips start, a different problem finishes. Let's talk about weight. Many diesel owners treat their vehicle like a moving storage unit. Toolboxes, equipment, heavy racks, oversized wheels, extra accessories. These add weight that the engine must drag around every day. Even 50 extra kilos can make a noticeable difference. And when you combine extra weight with low tire pressure, poor alignment, or a weak turbo, the fuel burn becomes massive. But weight isn't the worst offender. There's one more hidden reason that catches almost everyone off guard. Driving style. The way you use your right foot has more impact on fuel consumption than any mechanical part. Hard acceleration, late braking, high-speed cruising, and unnecessary idling all drain your tank. Diesel engines love smooth power delivery. They are built for torque, not high RPM drama. But drivers who treat their diesel like a sports car end up burning through fuel faster than anyone else. And here's the crazy part. Even one aggressive drive can reset your long-term fuel averages. But this isn't even the final hidden reason, because some diesels waste fuel because of something completely outside the engine. Wind resistance. Roof racks, lifted suspension, wide tires, bull bars, these look cool, but they destroy aerodynamics. At highway speeds, most of your engine's effort is spent pushing air out of the way. When your vehicle becomes less aerodynamic, fuel consumption skyrockets. Even a simple roof rack can increase fuel usage by 10% at high speeds. But here's the twist. This reason ties back to a deeper truth about diesel engines. Efficiency depends on balance. And when any one of these 10 hidden reasons shifts that balance, your fuel economy collapses. In the end, excessive fuel consumption is rarely caused by one single thing. It's usually a combination, maybe a weak injector combined with low tire pressure, or a failing sensor combined with short trips, or extra weight combined with turbo lag. Each issue adds a small burden, and those burdens stack on top of each other until your diesel becomes a thirsty machine that gulps fuel faster than normal. And that brings us to the final point. The real power comes from catching these hidden reasons early. A clean air filter restores breathing. Healthy injectors restore the spray. A functioning turbo brings back the power balance. Proper tire pressure gives you smoother rolling. Correct alignment eliminates drag. Accurate sensors keep the mix right. Warm engines burn fuel the way they should. Lighter loads make every kilometer easier. Smooth driving lowers fuel demand. And good aerodynamics lets your diesel glide instead of fight the wind. None of these fixes require magic. They only require awareness. When you understand what's silently draining your tank, you gain control again. And once everything clicks into place, your diesel stops wasting energy and starts running the way it was meant to.